Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video tutorial from Basic Biology. If you like my videos, so definitely share and subscribe my channel. That will help me or motivate me to make some interesting videos regarding biology for you. So today I'll be talking about a very interesting as well as the emerging topic of research in today's world, that is the stem cell. Many of you have seen there are so many research progresses are going on throughout the world regarding stem cell preservation, stem cell therapies. So today I'm talking about the basic concept of stem cell. What is stem cell? How many types of stem cells are present in our body and how does it works? So all these questions today we will discuss. So first of all, what is stem cell? Now stem cell is an undifferentiated or unspecialized cell or unspecialized. What does it mean? There are so many cells present in our body. Say for example brain cell, lung cell, kidney cell. All cells are different due to their functional activities as well as the structures. But they all originated from a mother cell, and that mother cell is known as stem cell. So it is an unbiased cell. Rather you can say it's a blank cell. And when stem cell undergoes division, that produces two kinds of cell. One cell that retain its own property, that is stem cell divide into the stem cell, and another one is stem cell divide into different type of cells. That means it undergoes the different paths of differentiation. That means either it is neurogenesis or it is the development of the liver cell, kidney cells, or all the cells which are present in our body, and that occur through the developmental process. So the stem cell has three distinct properties. The first one that I have discussed, that is unspecialized or undifferentiated. The second one, it has the self-renewal ability. That means the stem cell when damaged, it can regenerate by itself. So it has a self-regeneration or self-renewal ability. And third one is the differentiation and proliferation ability. Stem cell can differentiate into different type of cells, and not only that, it can proliferate to numerous number of cells. Say for example the zygote, it's a stem cell, it's a mother cell of all cells, but it is randomly proliferated to differentiate into different type of cells and develop a complete organisms. So it's just like that. Now there are different terms are given to stem cell to explain their usage, their activities, but majorly stem cells are of two types based on their sources. The first one is the embryonic stem cell. So by name you can understand that stem cell is located within the embryo or the fetus. Now when a sperm and ovum fertilize to form a zygote, that zygote undergoes series of mitotic divisions and producing a monolayer blastula. And within these blastula there are numerous cells present in the inner lining. These inner mast of blastocysts are known as the embryonic stem cells. And there are different type of embryonic stem cells. Embryonic germ cells are also there, which are after the 8 weeks isolated from the rest of the tissues or the rest of the structures. And these embryonic germ cells develop from the gonadal ridge. And there is a big difference between the common embryonic stem cells and the embryonic germ cells. Embryonic germ cells do not appear to develop any kinds of tumor when it is transferred into the body, but the embryonic stem cell do so, because there are different type of carcinomas or teratomas that occurs to these embryonic stem cells. So embryonic stem cells, basically they are found within the embryo, and they are mostly pluripotent or the totipotent in nature, that I will discuss later on. And the another one is called adult stem cell. Now adult stem cells are found in the adult organisms. Adult organism means it is found in the mature tissues or organs of our body. And these stem cells are, adult stem cells are mainly responsible for repairing as well as replacing the damaged tissues in our body. Or say for example the blood cells, or there are so many cells in our body, those have a limited lifespan, and after the death of these cells, renewal of those cells are possible due to these adult stem cells. That means the adult stem cells are basically responsible for the repairing and replacing those dead cells or those damaged cells. Say for example the hemopoietic stem cells, those are located within the bone marrow. So that hemopoietic stem cell differentiate into different type of blood cell lineages. Say for example lymphocytes or different type of blood cell, red blood cell, platelets, neutrophil, basophils, those all are developed through these adult stem cells. And there are many organs in our body. Say for example gut, skin. The repair and replacing of the worn out cells are very much active, specifically these regions, that means within the gut or the skins. And in these locations the cells are damaged quickly, so that has to be replaced by the new cells, and that is possible because of these adult stem cells. So basically two kinds of cells are present, one is the embryonic stem cell and there is the adult stem cell. But within the embryo or within the adult, all cells, all kinds of stem cell have not the equal potentiality to be differentiated into different type of cells. All have not the equal potentiality, because due to the different potentialities, stem cells are of different types. So the first of all, the potency is a very important term regarding the stem cell. Now what is potency? Potency means it's the ability to differentiate or commit. That means all stem cells have not the equal ability to differentiate or committed to the different all kinds of cells. Say for example, zygote have potentiality to differentiate into all types of cells, but the hemopoietic stem cell do not have that much potentiality to develop into the different type of cells. So some of them have limited potentialities and some of them have much more potentialities in comparison to others. So on the basis of this potency, stem cells are of different types. The first one is the totipotency or totipotent stem cell. Now the totipotency means these kinds of stem cell can generate or differentiate into all types of cell of our body, including the trophoblast. Trophoblast means which will form our extra embryonic membrane, that is the amnion, chorion, yolk sac, allantois. These all are made from the trophoblast layer. So the totipotent cells, stem cells, are able to generate all kinds of cells, including the trophoblast or the extra embryonic membrane. So you can write like that: differentiate into all kinds of cells, including trophoblast. Now this is very important. The extra-embryonic membrane. These extra-embryonic membranes are formed from the totipotent stem cells. Mainly zygote is the totipotent stem cell, but many of them said that the 2 to 4 stage of blastomeres are also totipotent in nature. That means this is zygote, and this zygote undergoes multiplications to form blastomeres. So 2 to 4 stage. 4 stages of blastomeres, they are also called totipotent. But after that, this is also totipotent. But after that, this totipotency is converted to pluripotent cell. That is another subdivision of potency, pluripotency. Now what does it mean? It is also responsible for the development or differentiation of all kinds of cells, but here is an exception. It is unable to differentiate the extra-embryonic membrane or the trophoblast. That means pluripotent stem cells are not able to give rise to these trophoblast or the extra-embryonic membranes. So that means all cells except trophoblast. And these two type of cells, that is the totipotent and pluripotent, they all are present in the embryo. So that's why they are known as embryonic stem cell. Now the another subdivision is the multipotent stem cell. Multipotent stem cell means their ability of differentiation is limited. They are committed to a very small number of subset of cells. That means they are differentiated into minimum type of cells. That means these multipotent cells are one kind of restricted stem cell, you can say. That means their differentiation are limited and they are mainly located within a particular stem cell niche. That means they are located in a particular stem cell niche. Now what is stem cell niche? It is a particular location or a particular area within the body where all the multipotent stem cells are proliferated and accumulated within that region. For an example, you can say the bone marrow. So bone marrow is the region where all kinds of multipotent stem cells are present. Say for example, the hemopoietic stem cell. These stem cells are located within the bone marrow region. So bone marrow is the stem cell niche of the hemopoietic stem cell. And that hemopoietic stem cell differentiated into two types of cells. One is the myeloid progenitor cells, and there is the lymphoid progenitor cells. Now the myeloid progenitor cells will give rise to different type of blood cells, that is the RBC, WBC, neutrophil, platelets, all kinds of blood cells are from the myeloid progenitor cells. Whereas from the lymphoid progenitor cells, all the immune cells are produced. Say for example, natural killer cell, B cell, T cell, all are produced from the lymphoid progenitor cells. But these hemopoietic stem cells are specialized for a very small number of cells. They are not differentiated into all types of cells. So that's why they are called multipotent stem cell because their commitment are limited or restricted. Another one along with the multipotent also applicable, that is called unipotent stem cell. And in this type of stem cells, only one type of differentiation will take place. That means one type of differentiation means, say for example, the example is spermatogonia. That is also a stem cell that differentiated into sperm. That means only a one kind of differentiation take place. So that's why this is known as unipotent stem cells. And these multipotent and unipotent both are together known as committed stem cell, and they are together also known as adult stem cell, because they are located in a particular stem cell niche, as well as their commitment is limited to the small number of subset of cells. So mainly the four types of stem cells are present according to their potency. Now there is another type of cells also present which is not like stem cell, but they have some few features of stem cell which are known as progenitor cells. Now progenitor cells are also one kind of stem cell, but they do not have all these properties like the multipotent or unipotent stem cells. They have limited self-renewal ability. First of all, limited self-renewal ability. That means before the differentiation, their division is very limited and restricted. They do not divide uncontrollably. They do not divide many times. They only divide very limited times before the differentiation. Second, it is also one kind, their commitment is restricted. They are restricted type of cells. That means their commitment is very limited and they differentiate into a very minimum number of cells. Say for example, this is a hemopoietic stem cell. It is a multipotent stem cell located in a particular stem cell niche, that is the bone marrow. And these multipotent stem cells, when differentiated, give rise to two different type of progenitor cells. One is the myeloid progenitor cells, another is lymphoid progenitor cell. And these myeloid progenitor cells are one kind of restricted cell which give rise to only the different kinds of blood cells. Say for example, the RBCs, the neutrophil, the platelets, the basophil. These type of cells are produced from these myeloid progenitor cells. That means these progenitor cells are restricted and having a less self-renewal ability, and their commitment or their capacity to divide is also limited. Whereas the lymphoid cell will develop into different kinds of cells. Say for example, natural killer cell, the B cell, the T cell. So this is also the restricted type of division. So in case of progenitor cell, their capacity of self-renewal and the capacity of division as well as their commitments all are a limited and a restricted process. Now we come to the last part, that is the stem cell treatment. That means why stem cell is important to study. Now stem cells are used to treat different kinds of disease, mainly the genetic disease, say for example diabetes, thalassemia, or the neural disease, say for example Alzheimer, Parkinson. Different kinds of disease are treated using the stem cell therapy. And nowadays, our body cell, normal body cell, they are genetically programmed and converted into a special type of stem cell which is known as iPSC, that is the induced pluripotent stem cell, and which is similar in nature of our stem cell. So these iPSC can be used to develop different type of cells of our body. That means these iPSC are used to develop different type of cells, say for example the blood cells or the neurons, or different type of cells are formed from these iPSC. So our normal body cell can be converted to an stem cell and to treat different kinds of neural or the genetic disorders. Similarly, our umbilical cord possesses adult stem cells. So those adult stem cells are also preserved for the future purpose to treat different kinds of disease. Now this advanced stem cell therapy is an advanced treatment process which makes our body healthy as well as disease free. Now this hematopoietic stem cell is a multipotent stem cell and it is located within the bone marrow, that is the stem cell niche of the hematopoietic stem cell, and this is converted to two kinds of cell. One is called myeloid progenitor cells. Now these type of progenitor cells are only responsible for the development of different type of blood cells, whereas the another differentiation takes place, that is called lymphoid progenitor cell. These lymphoid progenitor cells, their commitment is also restricted to a special type of cells. They are called immune cells. Say for example NK cell, T cell, B cell, that means all the lymphocytes are produced from these lymphoid progenitor cells. Now, so based on their potency and based on their ability to differentiate, stem cells are of various types. Now stem cell is very important in today's world because there are so many research processes are going on throughout the world, and nowadays these adult stem cells are used because these adult stem cells are mainly located within the bone marrows or within the umbilical cords. So these stem cells are used to treat different kinds of genetic disease, to treat different kinds of disorders, and these normal cells of our body, and in some research the normal cells are programmed to convert it into an stem cell. That means the normal cell, say for example skin cell, it is genetically programmed to a specific type of stem cell which is known as iPSC, that is called induced pluripotent stem cell. Now these induced pluripotent stem cells are used to treat different genetic disease or the neural disease. So stem cell therapy as well as stem cell treatment is a very upcoming treatment or a very advanced treatment mechanism that not only beneficial for the mankind, it also increase our lifespan as well as the healthy lifestyle, as well as maintain our healthy environment of body. So in our last video, so in our next video I will discuss about the different developmental aspects or different therapeutic aspects of stem cells. So please watch my videos and definitely subscribe my channel. Thank you. কি হচ্ছে বলতো? কি হচ্ছে এতক্ষণ ধরে বকবক করলাম, একটু হলো না, মানে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে।